Hello, everyone. This is Sandy, and I'm speaking today from English for You. And the question that we have today is there an easy way to get the band you require in IELTS? And the answer to that is yes, but maybe not the way you think. And if you want to know more, then you should keep watching, because this is a very important video for people that are considering studying for the IELTS exam. Students currently undertaking the IELTS test is in excess of 3.5 million people a year. The internationalization of higher education and an increasingly mobile international workforce migration continues to drive the demand for IELTS, the world's leading test of English and international migration and higher education. IELTS, as most people watching this video will already know, is the International English Language Testing System. This test assesses the English ability of non-native English speakers. Many thousands of companies and organizations around the world rely on IELTS testers to accurately assess the proficiency of test takers in their use of English. In IELTS, there is actually two tests that can be taken. The firstly is the academic test, which, as it suggests, is for university students, teachers, lecturers, the science skills, legal and professional people, and maybe several others as well. There's also the general test, which is best required for maybe college students, immigration specifically, because many people need to have this to be able to immigrate to one of the English-speaking countries such as Canada, New Zealand, Australia, the USA, and even the UK. So immigration, foreign job seekers, for sure. Career progression is an essential aspect of the general test, and social in general. Yes, that's another good aspect for the general test. You have to decide which is the right one for you, or maybe the organization that require you to take the test will inform you. Passing English proficiency tests is now big business, with a vast amount of money being spent by people who have ambitions in life that depend upon getting over this language hurdle. Unfortunately, as a result, there are many people who want to take advantage of this and try to entice students to spend money with them. There are many who are genuine and really want to help the students achieve the grades. They can provide good guidance and tuition. However, beware, there are many, many more just looking for the cash that's in this market and making false statements and promises with advice that can destroy a student's chances, which can lead to bitter disappointment when goals are not met. Now some words of warning. Danger, be careful. On various social networks, there are many offering what I would call useless advice, false promises, and worthless guarantees to entice students of better futures to invest with them. Warning. Often the IELTS examiners are portrayed as people with an interest to mark down the students. They're given the impression that testers have some type of personal gain to be had by downrating test takers. Please be assured that this is not the case, quite the opposite. IELTS examiners take great pride in accurately assessing every student's capability. They do not play games or tricks. In difference, these examiners are well aware of the many tips and tricks that may be suggested by people to you. Some of these may be very useful to you on test day, granted, but the majority of suggestions on minimal learning or taking the wrong approach to the test spells absolute disaster. Be careful. Another word of warning, something that's become very prevalent of late, and I've had a lot of reports about it, and that is false certificates and what they actually do. Well, here is its story in picture form, but I will go through it anyway, but I'm sure this is more than obvious to many students who don't even yet have a grasp of English. You provide the cash and you give it to somebody, and they generate a pass certificate for IELTS and give that to you. Great. So you now have the band you want on a certificate in IELTS, and it's got your name on it. Good, yeah? Maybe not. Because then you go ahead and you present that certificate to the university, and virtually every establishment that demands IELTS, they have a verification system within the organization. And the first thing that will happen is that all your certificates will be passed to the verification department, who, in the case of the IELTS, can go online or they can make a phone call, absolutely free and instant verification on whether the certificate is genuine or not. And if it's not genuine, then what is the results of that? Well, that's the dreams gone. It's the ambitions gone. And more importantly, it's your reputation that's gone. And there is no way that you're ever going to be able to apply to that university again for access. So please don't even contemplate it. Now then, when you're looking online, there's lots of institutions, people, colleges, call them whatever. They're trying to entice students to invest with them or study with them or even give them information. There is some information out there I'd like to clarify for you. For instance, I am told I need to learn many phrasal verbs and idioms. Absolutely false. If you take this approach, you will have wasted much valuable time trying to learn many of these for the test. And it does take a lot of time to start memorizing all these special verbs and idioms. It's better you concentrate on improving your vocabulary and the understanding of your vocabulary. Also, by trying to learn the specific phrases and idioms to use on the day of the test, you will be wasting your time trying to think how you can apply these words or phrases into your answers, probably making a complete mess of your answer and wasting a lot of time. So please, please, please don't do it. I am told to learn at least 20 new words per day. Well, just to learn the words at 20 per day is a major, major problem. You learn 20 words one day, fine. Then the next day you move on to another 20 words. By the time you finish learning them, what has happened to yesterday's words? In 99% of cases, they're forgotten. That's a false statement to do that way, but it's important to increase your vocabulary also. But you must understand the meaning of the words that you're learning and how and when to use them. When you can do that properly, then we come into what is known as fluency. And that's exactly what we're all wanting you to achieve. So what is the way to go? Essential learning as regularly as possible. Essential learning, particularly in reading, listening, and speaking. English for You provides students with essential training exercises to develop these particular aspects and to bring you on to fluency and good English. So how do you achieve the band level you want? On the day, the IELTS examiner is going to accurately, I stress accurately, assess your English proficiency, despite whatever tricks or other advice you may have followed. So it is evident that to get the assessment you want, that is the standard you must reach prior to the test. It is no use looking at everything to come right on a day. That will not happen, as many students sadly already know. So how do you get to that proficiency level? Well, that's easy. You know what you're required to do. You will know the journey you have to make to get to that. So make your plan and stick to it. To succeed, to achieve your proficiency at the level you want requires dedication to the task at hand. There is a huge amount of resources that is useful and online that is useful, and even a bigger amount that will lead you away from what you want to achieve and waste your valuable study time. There are companies that are offering online video courses with exercises and giving minimal feedback. These are also of minimal value. Much better, I believe, is to find a dedicated and experienced teacher, Sandy, who can assess your strengths and weaknesses and set a course of learning to bring you up to the desired level. A teacher who can fully communicate with and have regular online lessons that concentrate on developing your fluency in speaking. With various exercises and extensive use of IELTS materials, writing and listening is also two other very important aspects to get you to where you need to be. Why you should consider myself in English for You as your teacher? Well, my name is Sandy Mackay and I'm now retired in Thailand. I teach English locally in Thailand and also online. I have established my online presence my online presence for English for You to be able to communicate fully with my students. I am able to use the web presence to provide dedicated learning materials to enhance access and assessment. I specialize in 3 distinct areas of English tuition, which are exam preparation, including the IELTS, TOEIC, and the TOEFL tests. I also specialize in business English and also in conversational English. I use a teaching approach to students where I assess their current ability and then design the lessons bespoke to the students to enhance ability in all aspects. The teacher-student relationship is founded on mutual trust and communication. Even outside normal online lessons, all students can communicate with me to discuss exercises and progress. Also, I rely on students to dedicate themselves to progress as agreed and do what is need to be done. My aim is to bring a student to a level where they are confident that they can achieve the goal that they want to reach. Course availability. Now then, because I want to give all my students maximum value, I restrict the amount of any students at any one time. So if you're considering taking some sort of language proficiency test in the future, and in this case specifically IELTS, then please get in touch with me as early as possible. Let's do an assessment of your current status, and together we can discuss what is needed to get you where you want to be and how long it's likely to take. It can take some time. So the earlier you talk and the sooner we get you booked in and your lessons sorted and designed to start, then the better it will be for you to turn up confident on the day and take that test. Here's my email and my Skype address. I also teach on Zoom and on Google Meet, but there's also, you can visit my website, which is www.englishforyou.uk. So that is what I'm about. Please be aware of the problems that can face you, and please don't be taken in by people that are just wanting to get you to spend money and not giving you a fair return in your preparation for these exams. Whatever you choose, I wish you good luck and thank you for watching. Bye.